Ashley, my good friend Ashley, wanted a video. How to get in Heartspace. I'm going to speak in general, but before I go in general, let me just speak directly to Ashley and customize this just a little, and right off the bat, say, get out of the mind! Get out of your mind! Out! Get out of there! Out! Yeah, don't, Ashley, you know what I'm talking about. Get out of there. Get out of there, 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 get out of there. I mean, you have to be in there anyways. We can't be in this world and not be in the mind at some point, so you're always in there anyways. But when it comes to when you're feeling in turmoil or whatnot, and you're trying to have major shift in your life, or your situation, whatever it is, the big stuff, get out of there. You're not going to solve it in there. It's going to spin in details, and you're just going to basically mind fuck yourself. Pardon my French. Get out of there. Get into stillness. That's how you get into the heart space. Is first you gotta decide to get out of the mind and stop playing with the mind and enjoying in some level. We sometimes do that. We even enjoy it a little bit. We're a little masochistic. Make the choice to get out of the mind, to clear the thoughts. Merit in yourself. If we avoid ourselves and avoid being in stillness with ourselves, well, that can't be ignored. That's the problem. It's not a problem, but that's the source of the suffering. That's the source of the turmoil. It's all these things are a pointer telling you to go home. That's what all these challenges are for, to tell us to go home, to stillness. Not to just climb them and defeat them and learn from them, and sure, all that comes from it, but it's an invitation to go inward. So to do that, clear your mind. Actually meditate if you need to, or do things that are meditative for you. Like some people just washing the dishes, they don't have thoughts. Whatever you do that you enjoy and you're not thinking, then do it. Whether it's artwork, going for a walk, sports, exercise, some form of traditional meditation, doesn't matter what it is, whatever works for you. But first, make the choice. So that's my advice, is just to anybody, and to Ashley, that if you're going through some stuff, most of us are, return to stillness, and the way to do that, you'll find your own way. I can't tell you what works for you. You have to first make the choice, because we can keep suggesting, oh, try this meditation video, or try this or try that, but if your stance is me, then you're just resisting it from the start. So make the choice first. Get out of here. Nothing will be solved in here. It's a rigged game. There are no problems. That's the truth. They're just experiences. You can either make it hell or you can make it heaven. You can learn from it or repeat it to learn another day. That's the way it is. And return to stillness. Get out of the mind. The mind, like I said, it's a rigged game because it's perceiving things that aren't problems as problems. So it's judging them, it's labeling them, it's narrowing its vision, it's often creating that perception from previous experiences, the past, illusions of the past. Oh, well, I was hurt when I was 14, so, that has an effect on it. Whatever it is. So, that's the trick of the mind, is it sets out these problems and says, but this is a problem, but this is a problem, and it wants to keep talking about the problem, and it wants to keep spinning, and then it'll play both sides and devil's advocate, and it'll play with itself. And yeah, that's and it becomes even very addicting. And there was a scientist, spiritual kind of spiritualist / scientist, can't remember his name, but he said a comment in a movie once where I really liked it, that if you keep having the same thoughts over and over again, you must be addicted to your thoughts. So if you're spinning in your problems, you might be partly addicted like we are. We're very highly addictive, habitual species here, part of our experience. So that could be it. Don't harp now on that and, oh, I'm addicted to but just, it's good to know that, to recognize, to say, yeah, I am. You know, when you see the person that say has a heartbreak, and then sometimes we need to go through it. You'll watch a sad movie or two, you kind of work through it. But when you see somebody who then won't let go of that loss, that romantic loss for years, and they just keep playing the same sappy songs every day and songs of romantic loss in the movies, that's, besides an expression of resistance and not letting go, but and self-suffering, but it's a perfect example of they're creating, extending this illusion into their life, and they've become dependent on it. There's kind of a sick enjoyment, for lack of a way to put it. I know that sounded very judgmental. It's just I can't think of a better, nicer way to say that. Sorry, I'm not trying to offend anybody. We've all been there, by the way. It's, you know. But I'm just saying that there's some kind of dependency is a better way to put it. There's some small enjoyment or familiarity, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not. That's a sick enjoyment. I apologize. I take that back. But a familiarity that provides a comfort. So, anyways, yeah, get out of here as much as possible. Stop looking at everything in your life as problems. And get into the heart space, and you'll know how to do that because they're the things you love and the things that clear your mind. But make the choice to do them consistently and make that your only mission. Stop avoiding yourself, marinate in yourself, enjoy yourself. Focus just on that, not on others. And then you'll step back into your life, and these things won't seem as heavy, and you'll more feel. Instead of a decision to be made, you'll feel a movement coming on, because life is a series of movements. When we get up in the mind and say, no, it's decisions, that's when we really suffer and things become rigid. But when we move from the heart space, that's why I say it's a movement. When you start to do things without necessarily have to overthink them, you just know that's what I want to do. So you do it. So that becomes easier when you're less in here and more in here. So, to answer your question, how do you do it? You know how to do it. The question is, are you going to do it? You've done it. You know it works. Only you know what's going to work for you. But make a choice. Do you want to do it? Do you want to feel better? You want to continue growing and ascending the things that aren't working for you? Then go marinate in yourself. Go marinate in yourself in whatever way clears your mind and makes you happy or makes you peaceful. And just make that your business. And the rest will all just start to unfold naturally. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Self-love, 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 self-love. Love you, Ashley.